So from my perspective, I think it'd be really good to start off the year with some form of research. So this could be competitor analysis, market research, persona sessions, before you get rolling with the year really, as it gives you such a strong basis to build on your marketing activities from that point. It kind of gives you the basis of what your strategy will be. For example, persona sections will give you a lot of insight into who your customers are, what their pain points are, what they may be coming up against in challenges for this year ahead. Market research really gives you that understanding of what's happening in the market and what you need to be aware of when you are building out your strategies. And then I think competitor analysis does really allow you to kind of determine where you sit in the market, and not all of this has to be done from scratch. Some companies do, look into this every so often, but it's a really good time in January to kind of refresh and build upon that, because a lot can happen in sort of a year, 6 months, and I think a competitor analysis at that time will help you to really kind of pinpoint where you are in the market, who you're coming up against, if there's new competitors kind of emerged into the market, and sort of what sort of your unique selling points up against your competitors at this current time, and that will help to really blend into your strategies as well.
Throwing it back to February, and it was great to place an op-ed for SatSense in Ground Engineering magazine that's read by around 17,000 users each month. The publication's highly specific to geotechnical engineers, who are one of SatSense's target audiences, and the piece looked to address the legacy of our mining history and how it could affect ground displacement.
Branding allows you to build relationships with your existing and target audiences, which is why we initially do things like fact finding and persona sessions to really discover what it is that your audience need and also what piques their interest. You also want to make sure that your brand is extremely strong and recognisable with all on and offline marketing collateral, marketing activities, which is extremely advantageous when it comes to penetrating your market. You also have to remember that your brand boosts your loyalty, it helps you stand out against any of your competitors, it increases your credibility, it expands your business, and it also ensures that your marketing budget can go way further. Help people know who you are, what you do, what value you bring to the table, and how you can help them through your brand. It's not always just nice shapes and pretty colours when it comes to your branding. That's what wins and keeps you your business.
So my strongest social media stat is with Greyhound Bots with their Christmas party post, which had 54 reactions and 1,192 impressions. And then for PR, my favourite placement was with Aramex UK, and they did some coverage on how a robot's keeping the cool in cold chains, and they got placement in Healthcare Digital, who have nearly 30,000 organic monthly users.
It's been really positive to place a comment from the MD of Greyhound Box in Packaging News, which attracts around 40,000 users each month. Louise in this discussed the effects of the current cost squeezes on industry, offering her expert advice on where sectors like retail could look to smartly cut costs, which kept the piece really current, really timely, and hopefully attracted lots of readers.
So when we look at more granular details for the strategy, these are things like industrial seasonal trends, days of the year or events, and any business news as well that the client wants to discuss too. These strategies are then reviewed every quarter. So what we do after the first kind of 3 months is we go back to the first annual strategy, reevaluate it, and see if there's anything that the client would like to include in that as well, to make sure obviously these strategies are all aligned.
I think it's been really easy to fit into Halston. Everyone's been really welcoming. It's really supportive, fun atmosphere. We've got a lot of socials. So I've only been here about 5 months, but I already feel like I've been here much longer.
Video is one of the biggest tools used for marketing, increasing engagement and conversion rates. With video being so versatile, you can quickly explain a product, showcase your services, or do some fun TikTok or Instagram reels which show your team's personality and really get personal with your audience. Other reasons you need to introduce video content into your marketing strategy are to build your brand credibility, because Google loves optimised video content, you cater to your mobile users, boosting social sharing, it's snack-sized, memorable and measurable. Don't just churn out mediocre content, less is more here.
Collaborative content is also a great way to build brand awareness for both parties here. These can be in lots of different forms, such as webinars, case study to chat about anything that they've collaborated on together, or any thought leadership PRs as well.
So companies that did really well during lockdown, during the turbulence that we've seen over the last couple of years, are those ones who thought outside the box, did things like webinars, did things like different campaigns that actually gave purpose, gave support, gave help and advice to their target audiences. And we've seen great results from those types of campaigns for companies that went about looking after their client base. The same can be said for what's now Halston Group. Looking forward to 2023, we have a lot of new clients that we're onboarding. We're launching our Tech Origin brand, which was a rebrand from RegTech Talks. We are really pushing everything through from sustainability partnerships, and we're also working really hard on Halston B2B, which has also had its own refresh as a brand, and looking forward to bringing in new clients from great industries, medtech specifically, which goes along with one of the campaigns that we're doing as a company.
There's so much to learn from like clients' perspectives and our own. There's so many marketing channels that we focus on, as well as such complex industries that we look at. So yeah, it's been really interesting, especially with stuff like sustainability focuses from our own brands and from clients' point of view.
The growth, it's down to being steadfast in the target audiences that we look at, not really wavering in our own messaging, our own thoughts, our own values as a business, and not allowing ourselves to be concerned about what's happening around us or looking too much at our competitors. Going our own way, carving our own story, and creating an amazing culture at the same time.